to another episode of Catch That, where we break down and analyze honestly R&B albums, eras, artists, and even more. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B Representers. And we are welcoming back some Show Enough family to the show. Way past friends. Family back to the show, and it is the good brother, Vern Chandler. Hello, sir.
What's going on, good people? Happy to be here, excited, on time, all that good stuff. Because you don't want at least to fight your face. That's because she look like she could fight.
I mean, Durham, North Carolina, releasing some goons, but yes, but welcome it back. We are just as excited. Like all last week, like me and Jay, I was like, we can't wait to talk about this album. Like we just been high, and we ain't been able to talk about much else but this album. So we are super excited. One of the most excited we've been to talk about an album.
Yeah.
Like, and that's no exaggeration. So, yes. So, Vern, can you tell the folks a little bit about yourself, and then we're gonna jump into this thing.
Vernon Chandler, live in the suburbs of Atlanta, music lover, mess around with the drums, hip hop, soul, R&B, gospel, reggae, dance hall, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, nice wide music palette, and I'm also always open to hear, learn about new stuff. So that's why I follow y'all.
Yeah. So JR, how about you let the folks know what we are talking about, why we're talking about it, and why we are talking to Vern about it.
Like sis said, this is like the most excited that we have been. And we are talking about the foreign exchange, leave it all behind. Like, so me and Elise have been wanting to talk about this album, but we said only one person we could talk about this album with, and that would be Vern. So we even said, if anybody would say, oh, we want to talk about Leave It All Behind, we was like, well, you can't. This is the album you can't touch it. You can't, like, this is Vern's album here. So we are going to get into this album deep. I'm so excited just to talk about it, but of course y'all know how we do. We always try to say how we really got into an artist. So bro, how did you get into foreign exchange?
Okay, so I've mentioned it before. I was watching a video, just half watching it. I'm like, that's Fonte from Little Brother. He's singing. It was Take Off the Blues. I'm like, okay. And, didn't really follow up on it like that. Then one day, I was at Barnes & Noble's checking out. And in the music section, they had that Leave It All Behind song on. And I put my stuff down at the register. I was like, what is that? And I walked to the back, and they said, oh, that's the foreign exchange. Put it up. I'm buying it right now. And got in the car. And for the next 3 months, I would say, all day, every day, just back to back. That's all I listened to. I mean, I never heard nothing like that, man. At least just coined what Nicolet's sound is. Want to share with the class?
Yes, it's electronica with soul. It's futuristic and throwback all at the same time.
And so from that moment on, I was hooked, and that's how I heard that first, and then I went back to Connect It, and then went down the discography after that. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to the foreign exchange. Leave It All Behind. Started studying them, and they met on OK Player, and they sent tracks. They didn't even meet each other on the first one. Nicolet is from the Netherlands, Fonte from North Carolina, of course, and so I kind of did the knowledge on all that. And I guess I'll wait till we get talk some more because I was going to say something else. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to the foreign exchange.
That's crazy because that's exactly the song that got me on them. Like I was at campus, and this was a time where it's like 5 years in and everything is starting to sound the same. I kind of knew, like, once 2003 kind of came, I was like, yo, it's about to be a shift. I felt it. I was like, Lil Jon and it was coming in. And I was like, once Usher came in with Yeah, and it hit the way it did, I was like, it's a wrap. Like, music is about to, like, shift. So I was like, it's cool. But then after a while, everything started to be the same. And then the auto-tune really came in. And it was just like, oh, my God. Everything was getting the same on the radio. And it was like, come on. Like, are you serious right now? Like, nah, I'm not. I can't do this. So thank God that I wish we have it now, college radio.
Yeah.
So I turned on, I was in my dorm room and I was just getting sick of what I was hearing on the radio. And I found this college radio station online and I heard Take Off the Blues. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is this?
Right.
Like, yo, it just caught me. I was just like, yo, who is this? I need to know who this is. So, and I'm just grooving, and y'all already know the point that really got me on this record. Talk about it.
Oh, was it the drums? Was it a? What?
It could have been nah.
It was a cow. It was a cowbell.
It was a cowbell. So I was like, yo, I gotta know who these people is, and this was the time where they didn't even say the name. So I knew a little bit of the lyrics. So I typed it into Google and it took me like 2-3 days because I was saying take on the blues. I was saying take off. I was just off. And I finally got it when I put it take off the blues. And they was like the foreign exchange. I was like, yo, who? Foreign exchange? All right, they was like, they got an album out, Leave It All Behind. And from that day, it's been a wrap since. Yeah, I've been a fan of them since that day. I found this album. And like you said, bro, I probably was listening to that album like straight for like 6 months. Because it felt so good.
It feels so good.
Different. And so it felt like a breath of fresh air. After getting all of this that they were feeding us, and to get that, I was like, this is everything for me. And I was playing around campus. Of course, nobody knew who the hell it was.
Yep.
Of course, nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all don't know Fonte from Little Brother. And they like, who? I was like, enough said. I'm done. Yeah. It's going to be me on my own, blasting in my dorm room. And that's what I did. So from that moment, that's when I fell in love with them.
Yeah. So my foreign exchange experience is way different than y'all because it's definitely one of the things where I can tell you I've been up on it because, I went to school with, Fonte, Yazara, and all them. So that anything Little Brother did, and then Neck that came out, like I was on it because that's my hometown heroes. You know what I'm saying? And that's like people that I actually, know. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna definitely check it out. But then it was like, oh, this is like amazing because I was a little skeptical about the foreign exchange thing at first, but just the same that every rap head. See, I was little brother. And so, they're like, Fonte gonna be singing like for real, singing, not like making a parody, like Miracles, like he gonna be like singing like seriously, and everybody was like, I don't know. We ain't discounted, but it was like, I don't know. And then it was like, oh, okay, this is right. This is good.
Yep.
But I remember my thing was so on Connected, my song was Come Around.
Come Around, Baby, have no fear.
I'm right here. Yeah. So that was it still is my fucking song to this day.
Yeah.
But I remember listening to Connected, like, I want to hear a whole album of Come Around.
Well, you got it.
And then I got it.
You got it.
Just later, I got it. I got a whole bunch of Come Around and even more, even other great things. But it's what I wish for. Oh my God. And I kept hearing it, but not the same sound, but just getting that quality, that caliber of R&B.
The quality
presented in a different way.
The quality sound, the sonic quality of the album is crazy.
I don't know who mixed it. I don't know who, like, son. It was like the albums that I was listening to then, and this is like going into 09. It just didn't sound like that. I was like, who mixed this? Like Elise said, it has that soul into it that you feel it in your spirit. It was just like, whoo, like this is mixed right. Everything is right about it. Like it's nothing wrong with it. And it was just like, wow. Like I got what I needed. You know what I mean?
And JR, at least here's something else about this album.
Okay.
It's perfectly sequenced.
Oh, look.
Listen.
It starts off with Daykeeper. Well, we're gonna get there, but you know, and here's something else I say.
Okay.
I'm not comparing it to Anita Baker's Rapture. But I am in this sense. I think Rapture is 9 songs, 44, 38, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, 38, I think.
Yeah, 38 is 38. Yeah. Leave It All Behind is 11 songs, 44 minutes. No time was wasted. You know how when you watch a movie and the good guy been brawling or whatever, he finally get the drop on the bad guy, and the good guy got a weapon. Then the bad guy talk him into, why don't you fight me like a man? So the fool throw down the gun, and then they doing this long drawn out thing. That ain't what the foreign exchange did. They like, no, we coming in, bam, bam, you done. and that's what they gave us. And I'm gonna talk about something else that you don't hear a lot anymore that they did and they continue to do.
Yes. Okay, shit. From that, we can start getting into the songs.
Okay, before we get into the songs, let's talk about foreign exchange. I went back on Twitter and I saw you posted something that I was in my inbox. That's what it was. And Fonte had liked what we said when I was on 5B. The other thing that I love about the foreign exchange is the FE affiliates, man.
God damn it! I was gonna say it.
Can't nobody touch the FE affiliates. And I'm gonna just name one, and then I'm gonna let you have some, JR.
Okay.
Foreign exchange introduced me to my tip top. I pay the hairstyle, the phone book, or the alphabet. That doggone Musina. Listen, man.
Listen here.
Bro, here's my thing. It's Layla, it's Musina, it's Carmen, it's Alex Isley. I don't care what they doing. I'm buying it. I don't care.
He do be saying that. Because it was funny, like we talked about Carmen. And remember, bro, we had on Apartment 5B the episode where we were talking about good albums of 2021.
Yep.
And for me, I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't think nobody gonna name no Carmen, right? Even though I forgot who I was on with.
You forgot.
I forgot. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna say this one first. And Vern was like, well, then if that's the case, I'm going to say Carmen. And I said, you son of a gun. So now, on every time I'm on Apartment 5B, I'll be like, all right, I'm throwing out my spade.
Hey, man, we playing spades. You better throw that big
I'm throwing them out. So anytime I got Zoe or, Carmen or anybody, I'm throwing it out first. Because I'm like, you got to be damn if I'm going to let her get this off on me again. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is go at least go.
And it's because of foreign exchange, even though Cy Smith been doing their thing forever, it's because of them that I discovered Cy. And Jay, I can tell you that's like how you are about Musina, that's me about Cy. Like
Cy Boogie.
Wrong. Absolutely not. She's everything. I hope you can watch Hey girl, hey. She's everything.
Cy Boogie. Yeah, for
Cy
sure.
Boogie is it. You hear me?
Man, I love what they did with Driving. Zoe and Sai redid driving.
Whew.
You know what's so crazy too? I actually knew Zoe before I knew foreign exchange, which is so crazy. And I remember telling Zoe this on the episode. Like I knew him from his like 2006 and 2007 stuff, but I didn't know foreign exchange until I read the liner notes on this album, and I said, "Wait, Zoe? Fuck, what? Get the fuck out of here!" Like it bugged me the fuck out because I'm like, Zoe down with them?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit! You know what I mean? So yeah, this introduced me to a lot because it introduced me to Lucina, Yazara. Oh
Yazara.
God,
man, listen.
Now, again, Yazara was somebody I was already familiar with before, so they didn't put me on. But Yazara is another one of my, like Vern's Lucina. Like that's another one that can't do no wrong.
Oh yeah, we stand for her.
I sent a tweet to Yazara. I said that there's an angel in heaven that filed a police report because you stole their vocal cord.
I remember that.
Cause her registered, she be floating. She be floating.
Yo, me and Elise went off when we posted her on our Facebook. And she actually commented and loved it. We was like, yo, we came on the next live, like, yo, y'all was loved our shit, yo.
Mama, I made it.
Yes, yo.
But let's run that. Let's run down this list.
Okay.
You got Nicolay, Fonte, Zoe, Yazara, Musina, D. Brock, Cy Spiff, Carlita Duran, Carmen Rogers, Gwen, and I say affiliated, you had to do at least 2 songs with the foreign exchange.
Right.
So Gwen Bunn, Chocolate. I love me some Chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Chocolate is like your cool cousin.
Making Time is my favorite Zoe song, and it ain't even close.
You finally said it after how long?
That song is it. Okay, sorry.
You're gonna come and get it. I love this song. She said, "Money don't make you rich."
I love her.
Yeah. Chocolate, Dornick.
Dornick.
Jean Jolly, Shauna Tucker.
Oh, Shauna, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Eric Tigalero, Eric Roberson, and Fonte. Be My Fiasco's newest, Shantae Can.
Yep. Oh, Shantae is a beast.
She's a beast. I love laughing at your plan. She do a thing. And then Madison McFerrin. So those are just a few of the people that I've been introduced because of the foreign exchange. So
yes.
shout out to all of y'all. So all right, this y'all show. I don't want to break out.
No, this is great. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it.
Man, once you come to the house, we don't.
Right, exactly. You know what a Kool-Aid is. Going to get all right, so let's start.
Okay.
You hit play. Louder. Doom. Boom, boom. Man, what is this? Doom, 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 doom. Man, I mean, I'm getting like chill bumps just.
Now,
go ahead.
Now.
That first it's I don't know. It's like a it gets you it's like I'm getting you ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I feel that way now. Like after living with the album for that like 6 months, like I said, but in the beginning, y'all, from coming from Take Off.
Oh, gotcha. I got you.
It threw me off. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, there's some futuristic shit. Like I was like, I didn't get it. It was something different. But then it was kind of eerie because it was like Beyonce coming in with like, she loves me. Like, oh no.
Yeah, Musina with the eyes. It's one of them hauntingly just crazy. And then this is what I said. Okay. It's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's some haunted house type. I mean, because you think about it, I can't sleep at night. I mean, if you think about the video, it's set up like that.
Yeah.
It's cinematic. It's cinematic.
That part. That part. And now I get it, but I get it now. Like Elise said, it's pulling you in. It's like, welcome. Leave it all behind. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's like. We got you. You know what I'm saying? We on some different shit. Like we not on some bullshit. It's like we're grabbing you. Come to us. Like you're entering into this now. Like it's some different joint. And it was like now I just be like you said, you know what I'm saying? Musina and Fonte with the ad-libs on it. I got to talk about Fonte with his background for real.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
he
man.
owned it on this album, like for real. Like I didn't like what Pitchfork did because I watched I did their review because you know after I'm listening to the album, I want to check people review, and they was like, well, you know, Fonte really isn't the best singer. Did the dude ever say it? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this is Pitchfork. I forgot.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, y'all obviously not listening to this record because I'm like, his background is really a big reason for these songs. Like, you're not gonna try to play dude like this. Like, no, he's not saying I'm a Luther out here. He knows his range, and he used it on this joint. And let me tell you something, the deep soul that Nicolay put on this beat, sickening. It's sickening, y'all. And I always say this is what is it? I always say this is a slow version of I Wish by Stevie. And I tell you why, it's because everything on this record shines. You hear every instrument, you sure do. Every background, everybody sounds good on it. And I always kind of say that when I'm trying to say a record is really great instrumentally and all this, because Stevie wanted everybody to shine on I Wish. Like he wanted the bass to shine. He wanted this, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like on Daykeeper, this joint, everybody shine. I was like, Nicolay, man, he was in his bag on this one.
He was. And I mean, D-Brock. It's not like it. Yeah, man. And again, go ahead.
And then something, this is going to be a theme throughout about 75% of this record is this record does not follow traditional strong song structures.
Yeah.
No.
It's only a couple songs that you get the standard, you know, chorus, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's only a couple songs, and then they still flip it up and do some tempo shit to fuck you up.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Thank you for bringing that up. Because, I mean, on Daykeeper, why don't you stay with me? The tempo changes. It does all kind of. Yes, it's non-conforming, untraditional. Never heard it before.
And I think so many artists are scared to do that. I mean, even artists that I really like, I think some of them are scared to kind of go outside of that and see what that holds.
Yep, I love artists that take chances, and again, that's another reason why I love Musina. She don't care. Sometimes she remind me, in a sense, of Sadiq too, where take a chance. It might be pitchy, but it fit. You know.
Look, when you said that, you know how I feel about Sadiq, and they take chances with this. That's why I was just like, yo, why does this sound like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, and I want to ask y'all a question too. Was it true with this album, they was gonna give the foreign exchange that multi like deal, and Fonte and Nicolay said, screw that. Like, I'm
not sure about that, but I do know how Fonte feels. I just listened to him and Pooh do an interview the other day. Once they went through that situation with Little Brother, learn that's right with AB, because this is what they said. Was it ABB? Had they done them right, they would have never gone to a major label. They would have always done it out of their trunk. So once they had those testing trials with the major side, they weren't going that way.
Because I was trying to do some research because I think somebody said it on an article I was reading that they were gonna accept it, but then they said no, and then like they said Fonte was glad because they were able to do the album that they want. Because the label probably would have heard Daykeeper and been like, nah, this ain't gonna work as an opener. No, it ain't gonna work.
The label, a major, they probably would have only been behind like Take Off the Blues.
Yep.
Maybe I Want to Know.
Maybe I want to.
Maybe.
Maybe. But you know how they was being about R&B. That might have been too R&B.
Yeah, this is 08.
So that song is R and motherfucking B.
To the fullest.
to the core.
To the core. Yeah. So,
but they would have been behind more songs like that, I would imagine. And so they, like you said, they would have been able to do a Daykeeper in that way, or
Sweeter Than You. Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
They wouldn't be able to do a valediction. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
so at least brought up a point that we're gonna talk about darn near almost on every song. The beat flips, the tempo changes, time signatures. I mess around on the drums. I would not want to try to play the drums for the foreign exchange. I mean, good gracious, what are you doing? Well, let me see. We'll get to it. So if y'all want to, let's go on to Take Off the Blues.
Oh, y'all, yes, let's go there. Oh, let's go there.
JR, I wrote this. I said the intro is a Red Cup anthem. 2 steps.
It is, because this is a record that I knew when I heard, I said, I want to play my family this. I have to play this for them. This is us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Musically, I knew everybody would like it, and everybody did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Song on the playlist. The next song you play after this is "We Are on the Move."
Yeah, because you go.
Damn you.
Yeah, you grooving.
Because you on Red Cup, you might as well go to the next Red Cup song.
That's true shit. That's true shit. Like, and then Darian.
Yeah.
He is gliding on this record.
Yeah.
He's gliding on this record. Like, I was just like, yo, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Because this is how I'm introduced to them. So I'm like, well, I know the person that's singing this part ain't that. So I'm like, who is this? And when I found out it was Darian, I was like, who is this cat? Like, you know what I mean? And the way he's gliding on it, and it's just like, and then Fonte come in with his little quick 16, and then the video makes it so like, I knew this is what it was. They in a club just vibing, you know what I'm saying? Fonte got on his Donny Hathaway hat, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what made that video even more special for me?
What?
I knew most of the people in the video.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, that's so. That's so. Like Durham people, North Carolina Central people.
So one of y'all said this, JR, you said it.
Yeah.
Fonte, his backgrounds. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, who does that?
The things that guy did on this album, on some, like, I wouldn't even expect that from him, to know that he's an MC. You know what I'm saying? But now to see what he's doing now on the podcast with Quest, now you can understand that he's really an R&B dude. Like,
he's a student of music too.
That part.
Yeah, so he know all that stuff. I mean, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like this person wanted to build a car. So all his life, he been collecting parts in the garage. He's like, man, when I get my car, I'm gonna put all this stuff on. And that's what he did on this album, man. I mean, just those little nuances. That's the other thing that people don't get. It's those little them little subtle little things that make something stand out.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never heard
Mm-hmm.
nobody else say bong bong bong. You know, that's crazy. And,
And I think what I like too is that Fonte brings his character into these
mm,
songs.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he seems like a funny
He
cat.
he a stand-up comedian.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Clearly on the next one, the next song, you know
Yeah.
that cat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a
but
hilarious dude.
huh?
No, I was just saying he's a hilarious dude.
Man,
He
listen,
seems like it.
I've
Like
seen
he
him
do.
2 or 3 times at concert. Fonte have you rolling. And it's because the reason why this works is because he does not take himself too seriously,
Yeah.
which means he's not afraid to take the risk that it takes to make something dope and try different things. And I mean, I want to say I've heard Joy say it, Saf, because Fonte is so open, he is a coach. And he's like, I nah. Fonte said everybody needs nah nigga, nah nigga, an NNC committee. What that means is you need somebody. Nah, nigga, nah, 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 nah. That ain't gonna work. Don't do that. Nah.
Yeah.
I can imagine him
And
saying
also the thing about just about the FE collective and period
Mm-hmm.
is they're not afraid to let other people shine on their song.
Listen,
In fact,
listen.
they encourage it. Like, please show the fuck out on this song because it made me look good too. You know?
He said he brought Shauna Tucker out of her shell on nothing you can say that will ever make. I mean, he was like, no, you freak it. And
Yeah.
if you watch, I think it's on Netflix, not Netflix, but Amazon Prime. Zoe's making a sunstorm.
yes, yes, yes.
Fonte talks about it. He was
Yep.
like, listen, Nick, if I call you to be on our stuff, I'm doing this for you to bring you out to introduce you to all of our fans and stuff. I ain't afraid to lose no shine. You like you said, at least I'm a shine because I went out and found. I mean, bruh, how he got Musina went on YouTube or one of them. It's like she was doing what's the song? Spectacular. The way she ended her song saying spectacular, that caught his eye. He was like, man, we need her. Flew out to NC. The rest is history. I mean, they went looking. They found we all over. We don't leave it all behind necessarily right now, but Dornick. I mean, he was like he listed his stuff. He told his crew, man, this the kind of stuff we need to be doing. We need to be out here stretching the limits of things, man. So
Mhm.
to your point, yeah, they not afraid to let nobody steal their shine.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, Nicolay is an ill keyboardist. Why would you let Zoe be the director of music?
Yep. 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 Because normally people will be like, nah, I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna let you come in and then he let Zoe on this album play keyboards. Like,
Right.
but that just shows you how you are so confident in what you do, and you just want to bring, and that's why their family is so big, and so why everybody rocks with each other in it. You know what I mean?
I would love to see them do a family tour.
Who would sing what though? Because you got Carmen. Because I love when Carmen do some of these. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, Carmen, when I saw her do on Packing for Chicago, and she did the Dornick song
Drive.
No.
Let me see. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's interchangeable almost, but each one has their own flavor doing it. Let me see.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so interesting. Like seeing, I've probably been to more foreign exchange shows than I've seen anybody ever, and I've been to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Like they the only group I've seen more than New Edition, and I
yeah,
like that. So like, and it's the different lineup of singers. You know, just about every show or every few shows, but it always sounds amazing.
Oh
Each
yeah.
one does their own thing. I like. I seen them when they had Jean Jolly on there.
Jolly, yeah.
Carmen and
Psy.
I've been to that's the only way I've seen Psy. Unfortunately, that's gonna change. But seen with Psy, seen with etc. Like just about everybody. Yeah.
All right. So
wait a minute, I ain't get to go in yet. Stan Graham on that solo.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yes, God.
There's a trumpet solo. It's all right.
Y'all knew I was not gonna leave this song. Well, when I heard that shit was like, yo, who is this cat? I was like, I was in my dorm room like jumping up and down like this is nuts. And to do the break, because nobody was doing no horn breaks like that. Like, especially with the stuff that I was hearing, nobody was killing no horn break like that. Nope. And I was like, yo, in the middle of it, because you thinking, you know what I'm saying, you need a bridge. Because I'm like,
real instrument, period.
That part. So I'm hearing all these instruments, but then I'm like, all right, the bridge about to come, right? And then Fonte says in the record, stand play. And I was like, yo, this is sick. I was like, I got a horn in a record and it sounds so damn good. I was like, and I just kept playing the song over and over and over, especially after I found it. But yo, Stan did what he was supposed to do on this record. You know what I mean? And then for him to be part of the crew, you know what I'm saying? Like, he done been on Zoe albums a couple times, and it's just like, yeah, so I had to get my horn in. But yes, I do love horns. So yes.
The Dornick song I was trying to think of is Lifelines. Carmen.
Lifelines, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That song is it, y'all.
What?
I'm so mad because me and Sim were just talking about that a couple of days ago.
That song perfect. That's a perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have one critique of that song.
Nope. So this is why Fonte is stupid. That's me. Oh, I'm on the couch. I want to play Xbox on the TV anyway. So I'm married 20, going on 26 years. Did you really have to say that you're gonna leave just because I undressed and left my clothes on the floor? My wife is very neat. Me, I can undress on the floor and get in the bed. So that lyric by itself just hit me. I mean, that's crazy. And actually, Bong 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 is on All or Nothing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I just had to, yeah. It's not on Trick on the Blues. That's right.
Yeah.
It is on All or Nothing.
So Fonte, let's talk about the ping pong of Fonte and D-Brock's voices.
That it was like on some Tribe joint. To me, I really feel that way. I feel like they are like Q-Tip and Fife for real. Vocally like that. You know what I mean? Like, because we all, I mean, he has the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he has it. You know what I mean? But then Fonte right under him and they sound so good. And who's the vocal arranger on this album? Fonte.
Man,
he knows what works.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think since we were talking yesterday about this, y'all see, like we said, we cannot stop talking about this shit. We doing other stuff and we talk about this. She was like, it was like Fonte and D was like on some D'Angelo and Raphael Sadiq.
Good one.
It was there, be here, you should be here. It was
good
there,
one.
you should
good
be here.
One. Good one.
Comparison of the vocal.
Yeah, because
where it's a different kind of vocals, but it came together in a perfect way.
Yep. So I would love for y'all to get Fonte and Nicolay together or separate to interview, because I just want to know. All right. So you just, it don't have to be so all or nothing. Boom. Come on, man. I mean, here's where we say a whole lot of bad things we don't mean. You think it's either right or wrong. There's no in between. Again, as a married man, bruh, you talking to my soul right now because those, those are things. Those are things that we have. I don't feel like a fight today, so I'll keep moving on. Feel free to take it as you please, but I'm still coming home. So, you know, always coming home to you, man. Bruh, this song, this album, what do we say is 14? How old is this?
14 is going on 14.
It's still fresh today as
Yeah.
it was then. I mean, it's timeless music, man, and it's something that's sorely lacking. We ain't gonna go lament. We're just gonna find the stuff that is here. So, you know, this y'all show, but tell me what y'all think about the song.
Look, at the 3 minute and 20-second mark for me, when that tempo changed,
yeah, man,
and it goes to that, I was like, yo, what the? I was just like, yo, like, you know, when you're first listening to an album, you like really trying to find all the things that you like.
mm-hmm.
And it was like this joint was playing, and I'm like, mind you, freaking Fonte just spit a verse. So
Yep.
you thinking that the song is about to end, and then this shit goes again, and I'm like, what the fuck? I just kept saying that like through this whole record, like, what is this? Like,
y'all
it's
thinking it's
hitting
the
your
end of the
soul.
world.
And then to know that Fonte was going through his first marriage, you know what I'm saying? It was going ups and downs. So he was able to just really be vulnerable and have his people around him. That's what I like. It was like, you know, when you have your peoples around you and they just letting you just be free of what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell a lot of these songs, Fonte was just being free. That's why I think I enjoy that they didn't sign to no label and it's all them.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine all of them just listening to this album when it's finished. And they all like, yo, we like this.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gotta, it ain't like, we gotta look over and be like, damn, why that joint got to be on there? Like,
right.
Fonte might have said some shit and they like, whoa, maybe this ain't working, but they just let him be, and then they just came behind him. It just felt like a complete jam session. And he was just spilling his emotions, and he got his peoples behind him like, yo, we got you, we riding with you. You know what I mean? And this is one of the ones, you know what I'm saying? Especially with him and Darren, like they just, oh, this great.
So you said, JR, that, you know, Fonte was vulnerable.
Right.
So I listened to Ero's interview on Questlove.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows Fonte cuss a lot. And everybody know Ero basically from the church, and his family, they straight laced. But Ero even said this: Fonte is so great as a person. Eric Robertson's dad picked him up from the airport and let Fonte be Fonte. But here's the thing: he said, "Fonte, how you doing?" And Fonte broke down and cried like a baby because this is when he was going through his divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mean, the affiliates, their family, you can tell. I mean, it comes out in the music, their family. And you just made me think of that when you said the vulnerability of it. And see, here's the thing: the reason why Fonte is my favorite MC, because he's every man's every man. You know, I've heard him another time say, "There's more dudes working call center and cubicles than there are slanging drugs." But if you listen to rap, you would think it's the opposite. There's more regular dudes than it is kingpins and all this stuff. And so that comes out in his music, the down to earthness. I mean, I feel like I know that's one of the people I want to meet and just kick it with, because it comes across in me. At least you could talk to about it because you know him.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, what you get all on this, what you see is what you get. Like, it's a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just simple as that. Just a real regular person.
Mm-hmm.
I just love when he, and the
With
same thing you said.
Musical genius.
Yeah,
I agree.
But a regular ass person.
when we did the episode with Be My Fiasco, remember, Elise, he understands artistry and understand that you need to be honest and vulnerable because Be My Fiasco said nobody never asked her how she felt. And he was the first one to say, how you feeling? Like, what do you want to do on this record? What do you want to say? And she kind of looked at him like, damn, nobody never asked me that before. It was just like, all right, let's do this record and that's it. And she was like, yo, that's why when you listen to Where I Left You, you feel the emotion on there because she was able to put it all in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like love feels. You know what I'm saying? You kind of felt that, and that's why I was like, wow, like you saying that.
At least do the body roll.
And that's also another example of a song not having no structure, because that song don't have no verse
at all.
It's just a chorus. It's just a chorus and a bridge. There's no verse. Anyway.
I
didn't realize it till like a few weeks ago. I was like, ain't no verses on it. It's literally just a chorus and a bridge. But anyway.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that he was just able to be as vulnerable as he wanted to be during a time where he kind of needed. That's why, like, some of this, one of the songs I kind of got like a Hear My Dear kind of feeling to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, doing a relationship, you're gonna be angry. It's a couple of times you're gonna be angry and be like, yo, I don't want to be fucked with right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 26, 20.
It's actually a few that's giving me very big Hear My Dear.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. That's true. But I was just like, yo, for him to be vulnerable.
It's a 3-song couplet. I mean, it's a 3-song triplet.
Let me see.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Let me see. I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna try to
guess. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let
you say it.
Yeah, but yo, All or Nothing, Come Home to You is just.
Yeah, man. That's. Oh, like, the other. You know what else too? Because of all these changes, it's like I said it's 11 songs, but it's probably like 20 songs by the time you know all the tempo changes and beat flips and time signatures and stuff. Yeah.
I'm like, how is this album only 40 minutes long? I'm like, but I mean, you got one song that's like a minute and like 50 seconds. So it's like, okay, but everything else, like you said, you got tempo changes, you got this, and it's only a 40-minute album. When you got albums like that people make like those, them joints be like darn near 80 minutes. And this album ain't that, because like you said in the beginning, bro, him and Nicolay got to the point. This is what it is. We ain't doing no fillers, none of that. We getting straight to it. It's all about the music, and that's it.
Yep, no skits.
No skit, nothing. Why you had to say that? I'm thinking about Kill. But no skits, because Fonte could have did some skits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what he was going through. I mean, it would have made a lot of sense, but you know, the song spoke for itself. So it was like, why do I need to do a skit before this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how sis is with her interludes.
Yeah, and you didn't need interludes because the interludes were built into the song.
Right. Like
think of at the end of the end of any song, but end of Take Off the Blues, where you get that little slow coming into All or Nothing. Like it's built in.
Right.
It's perfectly sequenced, well thought out. They mapped out a plan. They had a blueprint, and they built the house perfectly, man. All right, so we on I Want to Know.
Fonte know I love this fucking record. I tag him every time I do it. Every time I post it on my story, every time, and he was just like, you really like this song, huh? Like,
I can never tell when Darren likes something. I just never know. He's so mysterious.
Why don't you stop beating behind around the bush and let it out? So,
why don't you say something out loud once in a while?
I hate y'all. I hate y'all. This to me, is Fonte's vulnerability is just out on the table. What more you need? You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying, girl, like, and then the video made the song just as important. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, so a question too, Vern, is Darian on the backgrounds too?
He's not listed.
Oh.
I think that's Fonte just stacked up.
And everything
just stacked.
It just stacked up, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not sure. Like,
in fact, the personnel on this particular record is just Fonte and just Nicolay. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Man.
No one else is on it.
So here's another thing. I think I'm gonna attribute this to a smaller budget and also a concise plan.
Okay.
Who was Fonte dancing with on Take Off the Blues? If you watch the video, the same young lady that now he's in a relationship with on I Want to Know.
Yep.
So I love that okay, it's building. It's like I said, this is cinematic. It's telling a story. And at least I wrote this down. This song and the whole album is so lyrical. I attribute it to him being an MC because he said it's such a blessing to love and be loved in return. And he stacked those be loved in return. I tried to keep myself from you. I know how you feel about lyrics. It ain't no baby, I love you. You love me. You know, let's be no. He dove deeper and got in depth. You know, I'm not leaving. We got so far to go. Again.
We got so far to go.
It's so truthful. It ain't no sappy make believe fairy tale stuff. And I love on the video. So yo, babe, you know, I'm about to go on this tour. And you know, I left the money for that bill and this bill, blah blah blah. And then old girl is with her girlfriends. Girl, did you see him out in Seattle? Da, 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 da. That's real life stuff, man.
And then he's sitting in the diner talking to Nicolay, his boy.
Right.
And he like, I don't want to hear her mouth, man. Like, I don't want to hear her mouth.
Listen.
And then he goes out on the phone and he's like singing this to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, and like you said, the little nuances that he do on this, like, shoot. You
can't see. I wrote it right there. Shoot.
Like the little nuance. I love that, yo. Like, yo, I was just like, he was in it. And maybe this is the moment where he was really vulnerable. He was like, yo, it's going to be me and you in the studio, Nicolay. Like, that's it. I mean, the fam is around, but I think I need this moment for me. You know what I mean? And that's why I think he poured his heart out on this.
Let's break that part down again, JR.
Okay.
How it builds up. I want to thank you always loving me. Shoot. I want to know.
Yes. Like he going up, like he's like slow.
Like a roller coaster. Like, you know, on a roller coaster, it go up slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, for me, I thought when I heard this, I was like, this gave me like Tyrone-ish Davis and like Joe Simon and Roy C, that Southern soul type. And I mean, y'all from North Carolina. Yeah. It would make sense. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gave you that, like, that Roy C, I'll never leave you lonely type of feel. And I was just like, Fonte, yo, put your heart on your sleeve, yo. It's all right. Like, and dudes wasn't.
What you know about that, JR?
Girl!
What you know about that? Let me find out.
Thank God to the R&B guru who is my mama.
Hey,
once we went to South Carolina, that's when I got all of that. You know what I'm saying? So when I was like, yo, I'm gonna play this for mom, and she was like, Oh yeah. Yeah. This is some brown liquor music right here.
Oh,
This is and it's like he's so vulnerable, and this is the time where it really was starting to change that dudes wasn't being vulnerable no more. You know what I'm saying? So we're hearing dudes trying to be hard like MCs.
Yep.
Not understanding MCs can also be vulnerable as well, but mainstream was changing that. Everybody wanted to be hard, and I'm like, this is a true R&B record. Like you can love Jodeci, right? Because everybody seems to go to Jodeci when it's ready for like vulnerability and all this kind of mess, which I'm so happy Vern be on the episode with me with these Jodeci fans.
Jodeci vulnerability?
Are you serious?
Okay, well, yeah, we won't.
All right. Okay, but I'm like, so for me, I'm just like, he was so vulnerable, and I loved it. I loved it. This is actually my second favorite song on the album after, My Horn. I'm good. I want to know, it's so vulnerable. It's so R&B. It's nothing to it. It's just flat foot R&B type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Flat foot.
Just to know Nicolay is the guy that just did all the beats to it.
All right, Nicolay, if you're listening,
please talk to
him. Did you have a old Southern black nanny growing up? I mean, brother, soul. But you know what? I can't even say that because I always talk about continuums, right, JR?
Yes.
Music. I mean, come on, man. The Invisible Man. What's Rod Temperton? I mean, yes. You would not think that came from that. So nope. There. Let me take that back. But bruh, I would love. You know what this album does. You know how when you hear an MC, let's say Elzai maybe or Pharaoh Munch, like, man, where were you at? What headspace were you at to do that? I asked that all throughout this album from Nicolay and Fonte. What were y'all on? I mean, I know y'all drug heads and that, man, but what brought all this out? It's crazy, man.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, was Nicolay going through a breakup too? Like, were they all in like unison together? Because this was just like lightning in a jar for real. Like, it was just like, oh God, man. And the way he just riding that thing, and it's just like it's just like he peaks and valleys with it. Like it's just, like this is just R&B to the core. And that's why I just love it. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like
for sure.
It couldn't get no better than this. Like again, I'm just going through the album like, God damn it, it's getting better and better and better. Like I was in my own world, my dorm room, y'all. And this is when I could drink legally on campus. So y'all know that I had a glass with this album, y'all. I was a little fancy with this. I pulled out the glass.
I don't believe that.
No, I'm not.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
No, I had my little wine glass from the dollar store, what I could afford in college. And I had that, and I was really vibing to it. Now, I ain't going to say after that, oh, yeah, this was after that. That was a wrap after then. But it was just like, this album is just like a glass of wine. I always say when I listen to this album, it kind of gives me like a Marvin Gaye kind of Midnight Love vibe to me. Like, to me. Because it was just so chill. Like, it's so chill. Like, every song is just so chill. So, yeah, when it gets to I Want to Know, I was just like, just swaying with it. This is where I'm at. So,
yeah. This album had me, like, you seen Christians passing out tracts or the Jehovah's Witness coming to your house on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was about the foreign exchange. This album. What? Oh, you don't know about foreign exchange? Here, you need to check this out. I mean, I'm out here. Hey, you need to check this out. You need to check this out. Telling anybody I could find who I felt understood and appreciated good music. Y'all need to get up on them.
Yes, God.
All right. So, Musina Muhammad again, man. first of all, again, the intro, boom, 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 boom. So you think that's going somewhere? The time signature on it, like if I play the drums, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom, boom. It's ill and odd at the same time. And Musina and Fonte just dance on this track, man. The, they, I like how um if you see that video, they have a I don't know if the word is stoic, melancholy look on their faces, like expressionless. They're standing on the roof just singing.
Mm-hmm.
And what it reminds me of, y'all remember Bill Duke and Menace to Society? You know you're messed up, right? You know
Yeah.
you're messed up, right?
Yeah.
That's how they look on that song, and that's the it's telling the story. And yeah, you know, another the lyrics on here. When there's nothing left to lose, I mean, in your bed you're gonna lay. I mean, it's just no disguise to hide behind. It's the end of your masquerade.
The end of your masquerade.
Masquerade. Gonna be a long way down when you fall. I mean, that okay, that right there is.
I. Da, da, da. Ah!
I've been talking too much. Least talk about it.
Oh man, house cards, man. So this is where the album turns into "Here My Dear" right here. The this and the two following songs, like that's like
yeah,
it's
you're right. You're right. You're right.
that, yes, to go from House of Cards, Sweeter to You, and then Valediction. Like that's they did a thing right there. But yeah, it's definitely a super haunting song,
Mm-hmm.
and it's supposed to be because it's like it's
That's right.
talking about this fragility.
That's right.
You know, House of Cards is like this
Mm-hmm.
moment is oh, you know, it's giving you that emotion in the song of that there's no permanence here, like something's and it's gonna fall off.
Speaking of no permanence, how does this song end, music wise?
I gotta think.
Oh, so it's another crazy Dutch master Nicolay beat change. Because you remember at the end, it's on.
Ain't it something in reverse?
Yes.
Yes. Shit. What is it? It's the song on this album. It's in reverse. Shit. Is it Validation?
Oh, dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait a minute.
Damn it. What is it, Vern? Shit. It's this in reverse.
Okay, here we go. What does that have to do with anything we just heard for the last 4?
Well, it's like the end of Take Off the Blues.
Yep.
Yep. That's what. Yep. Exactly what it is. Yep.
And it's become a signature theme
Yes.
that we
Yes.
throughout the record.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
I
exactly.
I listen for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I know for me, it took me a minute to actually like this record. And I tell you why. It's because it's coming off of I Wanna Know, which is so R&B to the fullest. And then you go into this.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of futuristic shit? I was like, I was kind of lost. I was like, okay, this is some deep-rooted R&B here. But Musina and Fonte sounds great. But it was just the beat that kind of threw me off. You know what I'm saying? But if you enjoy this, I feel like it gets you ready for the next song.
Yes, sir.
if it's now then I'm listening to House of Cards it's bringing me into Sweeter Than You.
Sweeter Than You. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it was like, at first I was just like, okay, where are they going? And then when it goes into this, I said, oh shit, they done got me in a musical trance right now. Like, what is this? Like, yep. I'm like, at first I'm like, all right, I'm thinking it's gonna be a true R&B record after this, but they like, no, we're not keeping you there. We're bringing you somewhere else. And then you go into, no, so sweet. I'm like,
man, listen. So a couple of things on that. So it starts off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. And you know what I love most about this song? What? When Fonte says "sweeter," it's a Sadiqism. It ain't.
Damn, I'm about to say that.
It's off beat. It's off.
It's completely off. And Sadiq is good for that. And he don't mind doing that shit on anything. Like, he did that a lot on The Way That I See It, like a lot. And I was just like, so mind you, I'm listening to The Way That I See It and this at the same time. And I'm seeing a lot of Fonte's nuances. That's why I was like, yo, he's so gotta be inspired by Raphael Sadiq. The way he just do these things, and then the way he was offbeat on this. I was like, man, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing but Raphael. I was about to say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But
the whole song, it's kind of slightly a step off.
That's right.
In
that's
a
right.
very,
yeah.
I'm intentionally, and it adds to that emotion of it. This is because it's almost like the song kind of drags, like it's like you're dragging the record. Like it's, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Whole song's like a quarter of a step off, like on purpose.
Yep. Yeah. And so just a foreign exchange-ism, a Fonte-ism. So of course, years later, when he got remarried, he makes "Sweet You" on there you go.
Yeah.
No news is good news.
Yeah.
And samples his own damn self.
There you go.
I'll be sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not today.
There you go.
Let's keep the money in house.
Hey. All right. So, and you'll hear my dear joint.
Yep.
All right. So you started off with House of Cards. Then there's nothing sweeter than you. Then no need to remove your coat. No need to take off your shoes.
Usually you could stay, but
not tonight.
Our love is such a rush, but inside it's slowly killing me. Nothing's been more true than these words too, and I love it. I've been changed and rearranged. That is not like it was before. That's off a little bit, but it's so ill. It is so dope.
And the way that Fonte is singing is so perfect.
No.
And that shows the vocal arranger in him, like the dead, like kind of a deadpan the whole song.
Yeah.
Not today. Like it's an exasperation.
Yes.
In how he's singing it, like it's a big sigh. Like
yes.
It's his character, and he's bringing his character into the record again. You know what I mean? And Fonte could be the only one to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes it. This to me was his Marvin's anger to me. Because in anger, Marvin is like, I don't feel like dealing with your shit right now, Anna. Like I feel like being in a happy space. I'm not trying to deal with your shit right now. And Fonte on this was like, I'm not trying to deal with this BS tonight. I just want to let me be tonight. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's deal with this shit later. He said, I left your things right by the door. Like, don't even come in.
Yeah.
Just get your shit and go. Like, I don't even want, let's don't even do this. Like, go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? So I always was like, yeah, this is his anger. Like, I ain't got no time for it at all.
And then with the sunshines, I'll show her that she can't
She
keep
can't
me
keep me
anymore.
anymore.
Like it's like I can't even talk about this tonight. We gotta talk about
Ah,
this in the morning. Like I
ah.
can't with this right now at all.
But what
Yep.
do they do on that? She loves me. I mean, so they take you back to Daykeeper with the doom.
Yep.
Man, this is just brilliance, man. I mean,
It was brilliant. It was
So
brilliant.
connected. Huh.
yeah.
But
And mind you, it's only a minute and 58 seconds. And the point is made.
It's made
You know what I'm
again.
saying?
We ain't wasting no time
We ain't wasting
belaboring
no
the point.
time.
Yeah,
Like, go on about your business. I'm not giving you all of this. Like, Kill normally say, I need an intro before. Da, da, da. He like, look, I left your shit by the door. Take it and dip. Like,
and listen, during this time, oh my gosh, I was in the worst, most often on cohabitation relationship from when this came out all through authenticity.
oh,
And,
baby.
and when I tell you valediction, we had a few valediction moments, several. Not usually you can stay, not today, not today. I'm no longer yours.
I left your things there right by the door, so you ain't got to come in here looking for nothing.
Yeah, we had some of those moments. It's very toxic shit, but like yeah. So this album was just very very resonant for me.
Sister, tell me that now. She'd be like, not today, not today.
Not today, Satan, not today.
Not today. We not doing this today. I'll be like, you right. You know Vern, how she at least got people scared out here. You know how she is.
I know.
I'm like, you right, not today.
Yeah.
I ain't getting cut through Zoom.
She the gooch, man.
Try to see me in my element of telling somebody's son to calm their little nerves. But anyway.
Oh yes. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the car and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna be quiet.
Usually you can stay, but not.
It's not like it was before.
Yes.
And then also in the song, it's also showing real life because it is never, when it kind of break up, it's never cut and dry. Like, I mean, it's some extreme cases, but like to where you just hate the person or you don't, there's not any redeeming qualities or nothing.
Right.
So in the song, he's like, that's why he's like, she loves me. And, and the way that he's saying, usually you could stay. Like he's acknowledging that she's normally stay worthy.
Right.
But like now I'm at the end of a rope, but I still know that you love me. I still have a modicum of respect. And he's like, he's basically saying, I can't talk about this tonight, but when the sun shines, then
I'll show her why she can't. Oh, you're right. Yes. And again,
like, let's not do this because I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
Real
I'm a regret.
And I actually do still respect you. I know that for me to write this song, I love you, and I'm saying she loves me. She loves me. No, he just got through with saying there's nobody sweeter than you.
Yep.
Yep.
And the same young lady that he met when he was two-stepping to Take Off the Blues to I Want to Know, and they going through their thing on tour, and she with her girlfriends. Now he done flipped it like, hey babe, you got to go. And she look, if you watch the video, she's taken off guard.
Yeah. Because he's saying, like he said in the record, I've changed. I've been changed and rearranged. Like it's not like it was before. Like shit is different. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're not in this. Like it's just, look, give me a minute. That's what I feel like this song is like. Give me a minute. Like you said, at least once the sunshine, then we could talk about this. But right now, I'm just not in the mood, and I'm just gonna say something, and maybe you might say something, but that's normal in relationships.
Like
and
you
I
said,
think
what? In House of Cards, he said, no. In All or Nothing, He's like, before we say things that we don't mean,
Yeah. Yeah, here's where we say a lot of things that we don't mean.
say a whole lot of
things that we don't mean. Yeah, you think
things that we don't mean. Like, so the whole album, he's very conscious of her feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of times that's what elongates relationships that should be so long because you're truly a good person. You're like, I really don't want to hurt somebody.
Right.
Because I do know that they love me.
Yes.
It's just not what I need. So these next two songs are the two that had to grow on me more than any other song. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, same. That used to actually be where I would kind of stop.
Yep.
Which is hilarious because now, if she breaks your heart is my favorite song on this record.
Man, Yazara was floating.
And it ain't even close.
Listen.
She was floating. You know what? For me, it's such a. If She Breaks Your Heart is such a departure from what we listened to these first several songs. I mean, obviously Stevie wrote it, so you know the pen game is just. I mean, don't need to say nothing about that. But as I listened to it and it grew on me, Yazara, man, her voice is just so angelic. That's the word that I think. And I like again how Fonte plays with things. They play with the "My Love Is Gone" with yesterday. She says it, he says it, you know. And I'm gonna leave some space because I want to talk about how it changes, but I want if you got some on it yet, JR.
I just say because Yazara, man, look, I like Kimberly. What's her name? What's the girl name that Stevie did the record with? Kimberly Brewer or Bruiser or whatever her name is.
Amen.
Yeah, look, no disrespect.
Amen.
No disrespect, but I'm sorry. Yazara, this song was supposed to be for her.
She deboed it.
Like she deboed it, yo. Like for real. Like look, and to me, what I liked about this record too is the fact that I feel like this could have fit on Jungle Fever to me. It's still 90s, but it's still current to me. And they made it current and they made it fit on this album for what it was supposed to do to me.
It's Brewer. You know how I am about names. It's Kimberly.
What's her name?
Kimberly Brewer.
Oh, Brewer. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, no disrespect, girl, but yeah, this is Yazara. Yeah, this hers. But I'm sorry. But yo, like to me, it's like hip hop, but it's still soulful to me. It's so hip hop and so soulful.
The beat is
Zoe on the keys.
Listen, something else I got to shout out to Zoe on. There's one thing about Lorenzo Ferguson.
You better say it.
That Joker gonna put a flute in a song, boy.
He do love flute. He do love a flute.
Yes, he do.
Love a good woodwind.
So when again another beat flip, it flips to some house bossa nova. I mean, and then that's what that's when that flute come in. So next time y'all talk to Zoe, ask him about his affinity for the flute. Oh, also
shout out to Matt Douglas that played on that joint.
My favorite part of the song is when Yazara goes la 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 la.
Man, it's so nuanced that like if you're not paying attention, you won't hear those little things that she does. And then at the end when beep da ba da,
I love it because nobody. Look, I be trying to find craziness in songs like that, and to hear y'all say it, it's so weird. Because like when I'm talking to other people, and I'll be like, "Did y'all just hear that?" And they be like, "What?" I'll be like, "Oh, forget it."
Yeah.
Like, forget it.
And then Yazara gives me another favorite on an album, which on Authenticity, when she's doing The City Ain't the Same Without You. That's one of my favorite songs. Period. In of music. Like that's the song I was talking about, and I was going off like how perfect she sang.
She bad, man. I mean, she
Yo.
really is.
And like Vern said, she's a very nuanced singer. So it's so many things that she's doing at the same damn time, and if you're not paying attention right, you might miss it. But once you catch it, it's with you. You know,
Ain't nobody doing it like her, yo.
Nah. They make collages, sound collages. That's what they do.
Good one.
All that, to make this. Oh yeah, and one thing.
If you look up close, you see the individual pictures.
Yep.
But when you see back,
Yep. That's what they do.
Come on, y'all.
So this other song is the one that had to grow on me after I learned and respect and appreciation for that doggone Yazara. If This Is Love. I mean, the beat is quirky, the timing is quirky. Nicolay with it's a lot of out of touch, wasting time. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my part, yo.
So you JR, so just like that little thing, like
Yeah.
okay, Layla on Robert Glasper's Cherish Today, when she says, "Oh no," I mean, it's just that little thing, and Yazara does it on this, just that little thing, make the whole song, man.
I love this record when I first heard it because it reminded me of Janet. It gave me Velvet Rope.
Yeah.
Empty and Ask for More was it was an unreleased track, but then she used it for like the Pepsi commercial, and it gave me that. Yazara sounds so good. I want Janet to cover this. If she ever can cover, I would wonder how she would sound on this. Like, but she can't do what Yazara was doing because that girl, like that, just little ooh, like that little piece. It's just like, girl, like what are you doing? Like it just. And when I heard it, I was like, because I even posted this on my my Twitter a couple of times. I was like, yo, like. Did they just get off the phone with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? Like, did they just talk to them? Like, I'm just like, yo, it gave me Velvet Rope Empty. Like, if anybody knows that record, it just gives me that as far as production and the way the backgrounds is. Because Fonte and what's his name, Victor St. Clair, they're both on it. So you got all that stack and all three of them, and Yazara is just floating on it, man. And I was just like, I love this song. Like I loved it. And this was a song that like you said, it do got that little body roll to it though.
You do a slow body, but it's like, because the beat is so weird and but danceable, but weird at the same time. And then it switches. It's a good weird.
Yes. And I love when it comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know y'all done been to many of their concerts. Have they ever done this live?
Not that I recall.
This is an album cut song. I mean, no.
That's true.
They've not done it.
That's true. I wouldn't mind if they did it live though. Can y'all?
Yeah, I haven't heard If This Is Love live, not If She Breaks Your Heart.
Nope. So I haven't heard Leave It All Behind. They haven't done that live.
Leave It All Behind, I haven't heard.
Oh wow!
Everything else on this record though, they see that's what they stop at. There before, all the songs before I've heard live.
Yep.
Wow.
Not to say that they haven't, but
I've never heard.
Y'all have never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I personally haven't seen it.
Okay.
All right. So let's go. We went from Here, My Dear, to we took Downward Validation.
Yep.
Then we go on this trip. If She Breaks Your Heart, it's floating, and then If This Is Love is on some bossa nova, Eastern, whatever.
Yeah.
When Something to Behold comes on, man.
Church.
Yeah.
Church for me.
So like, Boom. You hear the beat, and then you hear Musina just layer. Yeah. I mean,
Sing it for me.
she probably got like 20, 20 tracks with her vocal stuff, man.
Yes. Y'all know for sure this is a family red cup joint for me. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it got a lot of favorites from me in this record. Because first of all, when they said bring you some wings on your lunch break, now that thing right there knows how much I love me some wings. And for them to say that in the record, you know that pulled me in from the break.
So before that though, when
Okay.
you like Fonte say everybody know that feeling of love. It's like, you know, singing anime. So he said, I want to call you every day when I ain't got to say. That's how you just want to hear their voice.
Yeah.
You then bring you some wings on your lunch break. Like, baby, how's your day? 12
piece fried hard.
It's all for you. So Fonte is the only stupid person that will harmonize 12-piece, and I mean stupid in the best, most
endearing way.
Endearing way.
Respectfully.
Yeah. He's stupid. STOOP. He harmonizes 12-piece fried hard. It's all for you. Go, Lisa.
Yeah.
Well, I've already said that these last 3 songs on the album I just would ignore before. I mean, now I ran this album a lot, so I heard the songs, but I don't know why that's where I would check out. And then now, like, If This Is Love, If She Breaks Your Heart, Something Behold are some of my favorites on it. I don't know what the block was the first time, but that's just music, you know.
That's music.
Why you live with albums. It's plenty of albums to where my favorite now is the polar opposite of what it was at the beginning. Like it's the most different song from that on the album, you know. So it changes. Shoot, it could change in the same week, you know. It's just depending on what you're going through. It depends on what other stuff you're listening to at the time too.
Yeah.
That affects it. I mean, just anything. It could be something you read or you saw Fonte interview, and you was like, oh, let me go back and run this. And you in that state of mind or whatever.
Yeah. For me, I loved it because of the jam session that I think they were all having a good time making this record. Like this song to me, you know what I mean? I always said it's a couple of songs that I would have loved to be in the studio to see being made. This one, Rock Steady with Aretha, having all of them up in there. You know what I'm saying? So then, mind you, you got all of them in there. You know what I'm saying? Just jamming. And you feel like he's saying, singing from an anime, like they having fun. Like, it's just like, yo, and it comes out on the record. And it's just like, this is a crew that I would want to chill with, like have a good time, drink a little bit, talk shit. Like, this is that record. Even though what?
Every time you say you want to be in the studio, I think of when we talked to Zoe, and he's like, I might want to go to something and play it. He's like, be in the studio boring. He's like, oh,
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So I was like, yeah, I'm playing. He's like, otherwise, that'd be boring.
He said the studio boring, like, but no, because it's like all that put together and the funness of the record, and they just having a good time. And I wonder if this joint was freestyle. You know what I mean? Just for what they were doing on it, like,
you know, that's a good point. So I listen to things. So love this feeling, so reminiscent. Musina, the lyric says so reminiscent of the things before, but she sings it the things before. And I guess I bring that point up to say that they were just having fun. So it wasn't about being technical. One of the things I love about Musina, I feel like she smiles when she sings because you could hear it. It's like she was joyous when she was singing this. And then that D Brock came in and ripped his verse.
I like the place you take me.
All right, so while he's doing that, in the background they're going, ah, ah, ah. Man,
yes. This to me make me like I think I have y'all gonna laugh, but fuck it. I have to listen when I would go home and my mom be like, yo, we gonna go to church on this Sunday. I'm like, all right, cool. So yo, I'm in my bedroom. This is the song that I am blasting on my way to church. Literally, it's giving me that. Like I'm going down the ushers, like I'm one of the ushers. Just like it do. Like it give me, that's why I call it church, because it's like, are we at the benediction? Is this it? Like this is it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the album is over for what I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought the album was over. You know what I'm saying? Because me listening to it, I'm like, all right, they done took us through all these emotions. Like, here we go. Now we at the end. Okay, we gonna have a good time. I'm like, this is one of the songs I would have loved to be in the studio with them. Like,
I want to hear the stems on this song.
Me too. Because like you said, it's probably like 20 different tracks just for us saying, yeah,
yep.
That alone. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Falante, can we see the stems?
All right. So you thought that was the end.
I thought.
Hold up. It ain't over.
Nope.
It ain't over. So
I thought you ain't like to be.
So the self-titled track.
Yes.
This song, again, talking about sequence. This song leaves you feeling hopeful. And you know, this song makes me feel the same way I feel when I hear some of James Taylor's songs.
I wrote that right here.
You did? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
I said it's like a positive type of James Taylor record.
Wow.
Like you're leaving with something, it's very folk-ish in a way.
It is. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's very folk-ish. And I was like, I wonder if they feel that too. And when I put James Taylor on there, you said it. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Because, you know, I can be a little musically, I can go somewhere else with it. I done said in a couple of episodes, watch it at least. Watch it.
I'm just a shock. Oh.
That's cute.
So
really
you know,
cute.
They've paid homage to James Taylor. They've redone some of his songs.
Yeah.
From North Carolina. So that folkish vibe is totally there. But it starts off with body. I mean, again, who does that, man?
Why are they like this? Like, I'm sorry, at least I just had to use your word for a second. Like, why are they like this? Like, who starts it off like this? Because again, I'm thinking it's done after something to the whole. And then you come in and do, like, okay, where we going now? And then it was like, and like you said, it's such a positive song. You know what I mean? It leaves you hopeful. Like, all right, you know what I mean? This relationship has gone through its ups and downs, but maybe we could come out leaving everything behind. And hey, if we got a part, let's leave all that there.
Leave it all behind.
And go into this new life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because clearly, if you have never been in a relationship, you're not going to get this album at all. You're not going to understand the realness of it. You know what I mean? It's an up and down of a relationship. And if you don't understand that, you ain't going to get this body of work, which is crazy as hell to me. Like, but that's what I loved about it, because this whole album told a story. Honestly, it really did. From, you know what I'm saying? From, what is it? Shit. Daykeeper all the way to Leave It All Behind. It's like a story being told. But we're ending out with positivity at the end.
So, hey, baby boy, lying fast asleep. I hope you dream of lullabies and clowns. The more you open your eyes, it's harder to believe. But here's a song for you when you are down. 'cause only heaven knows. And what I love when he's singing, 'cause only heaven, that flute is under him. I mean, it's so dope. And then I love the second verse when he says, "Hey, hey, baby boy, I ain't fast asleep. They say a child like you is one of a kind." And when you go, "One
One of a
of a
kind.
kind, God will guide us." It's so dope. We dream of life playing in the sun. So please don't ever be afraid to shine. That's something that I taught to my daughters and my grandson. Don't dim your light. Don't be afraid to shine. This is what we dream about. I said this last week on Twitter that false humility is just as bad as arrogance.
Come on.
And,
Put it in the
what I say is, all right, so y'all, I said this to y'all today. Y'all are walking in your purpose and you only have scratched the surface. So like a dude said to me a couple of days ago, it must be nice. I said, it is. You know how people be trying to, must be
They try
nice.
to make you. They try
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Must be nice. Yeah, I said it is.
How about say that's nice? Like that's
that
amazing.
part.
Why you gotta be all snarky with it? Well, I'm gonna fix you. Like actually, yeah. Thanks for
Yeah,
asking.
appreciate it. Yeah, I mean because in whatever line of work you in or all this stuff, you worked hard to get to a certain level, or I mean, you work hard to have a nice family and marriage. I'm not gonna apologize because I have a great relationship with my wife and my daughters and stuff. That's your thing. That's your hang up. I ain't gonna apologize for that. So that's when we dream of life playing in the sun. So please don't ever be afraid to shine. Because if the good people don't shine, who gonna shine?
Oh, raggedy niggas.
That's it. That's it. So that's why, totally off subject, but on Twitter, and I've said this before too, y'all, you get porn, you get pessimism, you get pessimism, you get the war of the sexes. Man, I ain't gonna apologize for me bragging on having fun or going places with my people or whatever. Because
Right.
because we need more of that. So
Yep.
please don't ever be afraid to shine. So,
Yep.
so yeah, man, that go ahead.
I know. No, I just love when an album ends on positivity.
Mhm.
That's what I enjoy. Like, don't end the album being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we done went through this rocky road. Why do we gotta end on something bad?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Give me something to be hopeful. So a lot of my favorite albums, yes. Are they emotional? Yes. But at the end, it'd be the last song and be like, yo, I got some hope. I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? If I just leave all that mess there, because I just honestly, on some, being vulnerable at this point and be, honest, my mom, she's a little, she going through a little something, you know what I'm saying? And I just been listening to this album like crazy, and I sent her this song. And she was like, wow, okay, I feel positivity in it. So she said today, she was like, I woke up and I'm just smiling just because. And I said, don't music do that? And she said, yes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, especially the times that we're in right now, it's some depressing stuff. Like, Vern, you remember the episode we did with Heavy D, and we was all on that like,
crying.
Yes.
Crying,
and you was like, black men cry, please let please let it out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you're not gonna find any positivity in there. Because it was like me and Brad was kind of like apologizing for crying, and you was like, please don't.
No.
Please don't. Like, let that shit out.
Yes.
Real.
Because if you don't, after you do, you're gonna feel better. But if you don't, you hold it in, it's gonna explode and it ain't gonna be good.
Yep.
It ain't gonna be good for you or somebody around you. So no, let it out.
Yeah. And that's when my mom was like, and that's when she said, don't this feel James Taylor-ish to you? So that's where I got that from. And I wrote it down, was like, let me see. And then you said it, so I can't wait to tell her.
Yeah, please tell your mother that I said
I'll be
that.
like, Vern said it. And she's gonna be like, what? I'll be like, yes. So yeah. So that's where I got it from. I got it from her. But leave it all behind. This song ended on a positive note. And
at least we ain't let you talk. I feel like like I bogarted you. What you got to say about Leave It All Behind?
It's one of my favorite albums of the last 20 years. Honestly, I'm so.
First off, he wasn't talking to you, and he was talking about the song.
Oh,
Firstly,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think now I will say because B and J were talking, and I probably listened to the song "The Leaf," and I think it's a good song, but it's probably my least favorite on the album, which ain't a bad thing.
I mean, that's like saying
like,
you the worst player on the Bulls.
And I don't think it's because of the song itself. I think it's the song saying it's the album's over. It's like me when I get to the last chapter of a book, I don't even want to fucking read it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I feel you. Book, and I'm
I feel you. I feel you. Yep.
So
I know what you mean.
It's like that feeling. It's winded as like it's the last call. It's I feel like last call when I'm on the serving side of the bar, not when I'm on the
right.
So it's the last call song, and so it bugs me out in that way. But no, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love that y'all said the James Taylor thing. Like that makes all the sense. I didn't think of that, so I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. So,
I got a homework assignment for both of y'all.
Okay.
So if you look up the lyrics on this song, it says written by. Look at the names that they have on there. It's written by Amy Grant, Matthew Pelham, Parrish Yao, Roger Dabbs, Rollum Haas, Tommy Sims, and Will Owsley. And so I went to Who Sampled? And they had another person on there, Brian Arrow or whatever. And I listened to the song and I added Nicolay. I was like, yo, Weebay voice, Weebay face. Yo, that's what you got. He was like, yeah. So yeah, look, because there's some other pieces. Because if you think at the end of Leave It All Behind, another beat flip. Let me find it. Let me just see. Leave It All Behind. Yeah, the song ends differently. That's flying color.
Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna see. That's how this song ends. Again, Mr. Nicolay Rook, where were you to go from an acoustic guitar and then end with that? Thank you for doing it, but please show your work, sir. Like the math teacher tell you, show me your work.
And if you go back and you go and listen to like Nicolay's records, like he just be going.
Come on, man.
I feel like people don't talk about them enough at all.
No.
Man, Nicolay redid a Pete Rock beat better than Pete Rock did. I know Porsche might want to fight me for saying that, but it's a love thing. It's on the Dutch Masters. It's Dutch Masters. Nicolay put his foot in it, man. Cause Nick got this sound, man. It's a sound. That's all I could tell you.
And you can't explain it like at all. It's like, what is he doing? Like you just said, like, where's your mind when you do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for me, when I went back and listened to Connected and he did Nick's Groove.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? Like I'm like, where your mind at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, and mind you, that him and Fonte ain't meet yet. And to do that, I was like, yo, where's his mind? That's why I can't wait to ask him that.
Yeah, please. And I'm gonna tell you, JR.
Like, yeah, we gonna meet real soon.
Speak it. It's gonna happen. But if you watch Foreign Exchange in concert with Nicolay, nobody has as much fun has more fun playing their songs than Nicolay. That joker be on the keys just having a ball, man.
Yeah. I saw, what was it? I forgot which documentary it was, and they were playing at the
in Vegas.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yo, he goes off, like, for real. I'm like, damn, this little dude from Netherlands go in like this.
So you did like me. I pretty much seen everything that's on YouTube of them playing live somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Once that happened, and I was like, yo, I'm going on YouTube. I need to find them. You know what I'm saying? And I just started finding performances, and especially I think my first one when they played in DC when the album had just came out.
When it was Musina did they did Daykeeper, and at the end,
yes,
D Brock bowed down, and then she did like the Karate Kid. Yeah. So yeah,
and that audience was rocking. You hear me? Like they were.
Oh, DC love FE.
Oh,
DC, no, like the FE shows I go to in DC are just a next level type of situation.
Wow,
ATL be rocking on.
And baby, when I have seen them here in North Carolina,
I know
I can bet money they go off.
Baby.
Yeah, you got marinated all kind of, because shoot, I mean, actually Nicolay is from North Carolina now. He lives in Wilmington. So so I know that show is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. But man, I want to thank y'all.
It's different though. DC go hard for Foreign Exchange, but a Zoe show in DC.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's stupid. STOOPI.
Hey, I want to thank y'all, man. This I ain't gonna say a dream come true, but it's rare that you find people that have the same passion for music as you do and understand what you're talking about. I mean, you just think about the little things we've talked about.
Yes.
It's like, you get me. You know what I mean? So
this is like they are.
Yes, because I remember.
Please, you just get me.
God, and then I remember when Vern talked about it on Apartment 5B. This is back when we first was doing it. And you brought up Leave It All Behind, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, man.
What? And then I think that's how we bonded first, because I think it was over this. And then, you know me, I'm a little stalker when it comes to on there, and I typed in here, bro, and I put Leave It All Behind. Man, let me tell you something. Vern got so many damn things talking about this album. I was like, yeah, he real with it. When I was like, yo, he real with it, like for real. And I was just like, yo, like, he gets it. And then, you know, on the episode of Apartment 5B, me and you have our little convos, and people be like,
what?
Well, yeah, you see, Kill called us out on the last episode.
Yesterday. So, I mean, the last episode. So.
Yes, he called us out like, we don't get it. What y'all mean? Sorry, the freak. Like, I'm sorry. You don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, that's why I knew with this album, nobody could get it. That's why me and sis was just waiting. We was like, is Vern gonna say it or we are? You know what I'm saying?
So again, I've been waiting. This is one of the things I've been waiting on. So when Lee sent the invitation, I immediately put the album on and grabbed my book. I'm on vacation out of town at my wife's uncle's house. She sleep, and I'm just writing all my notes, ready for this one, man. Because I'm even though I know things, I believe in writing down. Like whenever I had to teach or speak at church or whatever, I write down everything, because like when I used to write songs, it helps me remember the rhymes because you write them, and it gets in you. So even like every day when I do my things to do list, I know you got the Microsoft, and I got a book, and I write the things I need to do every day. I think it means more. Even at church when I'm taking notes, people on their phone, no, I write them all down, because it's more tangible for me. So I had to write the notes on that joint.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. We were so hyped to talk about it too, because that's all me and Elise been talking about. Mind you, we have had other shows we have done, but after we get off them Zooms, we start talking about Leave It Off.
Yeah.
We was like, are you ready for this? I'm like,
well, before we leave this all behind, we have to my favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah.
Right. My bad.
You know how the show go, don't be.
I'm sorry. I forgot. We were just so into this. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Oh, so I'm gonna give you 5 different albums. They're gonna be foreign exchange albums and then a couple of surprise ones.
All right.
You tell me first memory, thought, word, song that comes to your mind. Just the first thing. Don't overthink. All right. So we will start off with authenticity.
Authenticity. You could hear the pain and you could hear that he was going through a divorce. Basically. It's authenticity. There you go. I don't want to pull it up though. So I know you said the first thing, but so my favorite song on that album though is Everything Must Go and Ain't Laughing. Yeah, Laughing at Your Plans. Shantae Can. Again, this is a James Taylor acoustic guitar.
Listen,
bro.
So the first thing that come to mind, well, I think of authenticity is a foreign exchange show that I went to, and to the song When Someone Loves You Back.
Don't get in the way. Yeah.
On stage.
Huh? Oh, they did. Wow. That's so dope.
To that song. And so that will always be my memory. That show was I think it was in Raleigh. Yeah. And I will always, when I think of the album, I think of that that proposal. It was so sweet. It's so sweet.
Yeah. And for me, that's actually my favorite FB album, to be honest. I think the best one is Leave It All Behind, but my favorite is Authenticity.
I feel you.
Like, because again, the emotion of this record, and I was going through something and moving into a new place, and it was just like I played that album all the way through and just had it on repeat, and I'm just like, Fonte, I feel you, yo. Like, for real, like, make me a fool.
Yeah.
I can't even listen to that song.
I'm not asking you to be an angel, but just don't make me a fool. Don't be out here embarrassing me in these streets.
Don't be Yes.
I had a nigga out here embarrassing me in these streets, so that song is very triggering.
I got you.
I understand. I understand. I
was living that album in real time.
Yeah. Oh man.
Love and Flying Colors.
Listen. Man, all right.
Here's how black people say, listen.
Call it home. Call it home. Man. For a number of reasons. All right. The time signature on that, first of all, I mean, again, what was you doing, Nicolay? And then I love the lyrics of it. There's a war, but I'm still on your side. We're not on separate teams. I've had to use that. Like, hey, we on the same team. I'm so lost when I'm away, try so hard to find a way. I say, let's just call it home.
Let's just call it home.
Call it home. Yes. Don't matter. I'm coming. I'm here. Always coming home to you. You know.
Always.
Yep. Yeah. So when I saw them in Atlanta, that's the song they came out on. And that Joker, Nicolay was just
Love it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, and that's my favorite song on that album too.
All right. From the Land of Milk and Honey.
That song, that album was a far departure from what I was used to with Foreign Exchange. and it had to grow on me. But what I first think of is, I think it's a promotional video or a picture or something. Fonte stupid in the most endearing way. He has this expression. I gotta find it. I think it's like he's at work with some coffee, and he got this crazy look. You know what I'm talking about. I'm asking for a friend. So
Asking for a friend, yeah.
Yeah.
So that album taught me that even though I really, really, really like a group, even I can be narrow-minded, and so I had to allow them to grow and try this lane.
Yeah. Yep. Just like me.
And do that thing. It's
yeah.
Go ahead, Lisa.
That album also, sorry. That album also had to grow on me. I mean, I'll be quite blatant. I didn't really like it at the beginning, but now I do really love it.
Right.
But it goes back to what me and JR always say. You gotta sit with music. You can't. There's an album that's out now, and I like JR. I don't like it right now. I'm gonna revisit it next year. Like I tried it, but I feel like But I feel like it's worth listening to. But it's just not resonating with me right now. But I feel like maybe it could down the line when it's after the smoke clears.
Yeah. Because I was like that with this album though. Because when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It was like, hold up. But now, I fuck with this. Like Body and Disappear with
There's this Asking for a Friend. Now I'm trying to. It's a rework of it. Oh gosh, now I can't. I gotta find it.
And
it's on the playlist. It's on my work playlist.
I think too, if you ever you do listen to Zoe, he always has a funk sensibility to him, and I think they let him shine more on this album like that.
Yep. Because you could tell, like it felt like a lot of Zoe-ish on this. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely felt a little bit more of, what is the album he brought? The one in 2019. Forefront.
Yeah.
It give you more of that. You know what I'm saying? On there. So they kind of really let Zoe get his thing off on this. But it was such a departure from what they normally did. Yeah. And like you said, you got to learn to grow with an album. And I did. And I was like, yo, they all right with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you should, and actually they played a little bit with it on Leave It All Behind with If This Is Love.
Yep.
So it always was there.
Right.
It's just whether you chose to pay attention to it.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all gotta hear Asking for a Friend, the Stroll Elliott Roller Rink rework. Do yourself a favor, listen to that shit. You're gonna play it 20 times. That shit is fire. It is everything. He did that.
Duly noted.
Yes.
I'll send y'all the link in the chat when.
Okay, cool.
It's fire. And I just found it like by accident.
So I got my fingers crossed hoping that you ask about this one.
All right. Tigalero.
Oh, listen, man, I just did it today. Through the Night, my nigga. Come on, man. Woo. Listen, man. You know what? I periodically I would teach in our men's class, and it's like 30, 40 dudes in there. That Fonte's verse should be taught at all men's marriage classes. Let me pull it up because I want to do justice to this. Through the Night. Through the Night. Here we go. Okay. So it starts off with this funk dragon bass line, and Eero singing his thing. But Fonte comes in and says, "I'm looking at your body parts, wearing that dress like it was body art. My body starts responding, but my mind says no, and I start rewinding. The inner war got my mind and body hotel rewinding." I mean, just that there just looking for a Cheetle in a haystack.
Haystack. Come
So,
on.
so Hotel Rwanda, Don Cheetle, come on, man. To keep the peace and take the edge off my deep fears. Shawty said she had a happy home.
Happy home with 3 kids.
Up until her man ran out like the beat did. Then the beat flips. Came back 4 years later like a leap year, saying, I can't live without you, and I sleep weird. This bed's too big and it all connects. I get it. What good is an architect if he ain't got a T-square to work the angles and keep them in line? So when I'm thinking of leaving home, I just keep them in mind. So many try to be Mr. Man. This is part I taught in class. So many try to be Mr. Man, but when the bullish hits the fan, you really telling your kids you risk it all for that trick off of Instagram?
Bitch on Instagram. What?
Nah, don't do it. Mission abort. These streets ain't a game and it isn't a sport. Better learn how to pass or you'll get torched. I done seen so many love stories begin with one shorty bare on your couch. Now she air you out in 140. I mean, man,
out in 140s.
Yes, I mean that double entendre like that, man. She wasn't perfect yet. You just didn't. She wasn't perfect. You just didn't know her ish yet, and that's the case for anybody who's looks fascinating. Got to go past the face, or else you just might end up with a basket case. Yikes! They all campaigning, so run for your life. Like that, y'all. That y'all. Y'all. And if you up in the club getting too much love, better run off on the plug like Prince Paul. Hey, man. Fonte is my favorite MC.
Yep, you said it. You said it. It's on record.
That's masterpiece.
You said it plenty times.
That's a masterpiece, man. Come on.
It started with It's So Easy for me.
Yes.
So listen. And Kill was the one to give me this album, y'all. I was like,
for real?
I left his crib and he was like, bro, take this. And he was like, yo, Eric Roberson and Fonte did a record. I was like, what you talking about? You talking about Picture Perfect? I know that. He was like, nah. Did an album, bro. And I took it. And I was like, how the fuck did I not see this? How did I not see this online? Where the hell was I? But
man,
I don't know. Yeah.
Listen, so I talked about Through the Night and the cautionary tale on, hey, no, keep it at home. Get home through the night.
Yeah.
Him and Shauna Tucker on Never the Same Smile. That tells you the repercussions and the consequences of not going home. And yes, I love how they tell the story. It started off this way. And then, Shauna Tucker, I mean, you can hear like she's hurt when she's singing. I thought I was enough for you, whatever. And Ero says she forgave. We turned the page and she forgave, but it was never the same smile. And I tell cats, hey man, because full disclosure, I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. And you can get back to that good place, but if you to abort, don't do it, because it's a great smile, but it ain't like it was then, because you've broken trust. So I mean, I'm like Fonte been vulnerable, I'm being vulnerable right now, so that's that. But then here's your hope. Ain't that something?
He ends in it with hope. Like, he's good for that, y'all. Like
something to give you strength when you need to fight.
Yes.
There's always something. So
that damn Fonte, I swear.
Man.
Oh, Jesus.
Whew. I know you asked me one thing. I told you about 7.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sis.
No, that's why this is my favorite part of the show. Because you never know where it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not linear by any means. Mm-hmm. I like chaos. Okay. All right. And I'm gonna end it with something very fun. Zoe and Tigolo love the 80s.
Oh boy. First of all, that Jerry curl and them gazelle glasses. They stupid, man. They stupid.
Stupid. STOOPID.
Yes. Let me pull that track list up. But that's the first thing that comes.
Africa, Take on Me, Stepping Out, Something About You, I'm Only Human, written all over your face.
Man, something about you, Africa.
Something about you, man. That.
I mean, I love Level 42 anyway.
Yeah.
And so for them to do that, I mean, Anthony David has a dope version of it as well. But yeah, Mark King is a bad man on the bass, but that's another story for another day. So yeah, I love that they don't take themselves too seriously. I mean, because that album cover is hilarious. But
hilarious.
I also love this about Zoe and them. It's like, and Fonte too. Hey, all right, we gave you that. Hey, but now we not cover artists. So, you know, if you want to hear that old stuff, you better go listen to that because we're gonna make our.
And so, I love on Zoe's post. Anytime somebody asks, he gonna do another like just visiting whatever.
Right.
and I can just imagine the ire behind. behind. So every time he come on the show, I fuck with him because I ain't shit. And I'm like, I know he would be like, ask one more damn time. It was something else where Abstractions came out, and like every 10 seconds somebody asked him, when is it coming out on vinyl, or is it gonna be a vinyl?
Right.
And I just knew that deep in his heart, he was just like, I don't know how many different ways to answer. Another way I can answer this. Like I'm like, oh, bless his heart.
Man,
that's why I try to be funny and ask him. I'll be like, "So you ain't gonna do the 80s no more?" And he'll just be like,
now I'll tell you, him and I mentioned this. Well, I think when we started, Cy Smith and him did that driving. Woo! And then she ended it with like 2 people, that many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to that when we get off.
I'm gonna listen to this album too. Oh
God! What you didn't ask me about is, but I want to throw it out there since
he is making an executive decision.
Hey,
apparently this is his favorite part of the show.
Oh, here we go. That's Shelter.
Oh
man, Carmen and Fonte made a doggone gospel song, man. Shout out to Carmen Rogers.
Love her.
Yes, that one, and I think Dornick is on that. That's where Lifeline. I think that's on here. Hide and Seek.
Hide and Seek. Yep.
And then Carmen freaking Rogers on that Beauty of Life. Oh my!
Listen now,
bruh. That's so I have a mix that I listen to every morning because I don't drink coffee. It's probably got like 80 songs on there that I call it Encourage. You know, I'm in sales, like I'm driving. Man, that Beauty of Life get on, and it's like I ain't trying to hit all this negative stuff. Let's go, man. Who are you? What is your purpose? Did you know that you're a star? You know, you ask why, searching for the answers inside the Beauty of Life. And then I love how she modulates the sucker at the end, man. When
I remember I told you one day when you played it, I said, thank you. I needed this morning.
Yeah.
I needed it. I remember, I think you were sitting in your chair, I think. And then you played that and I was like, bro, I needed this morning. And I went and listened to that joint. It's so Carmen just can sing anything. She can sing the ABCs and I'm good.
So, I mean, it's a shame that people don't know about her, how ill she is, man.
Oh my God.
That girl can sing.
Yeah. And I love that we got to tell Carmen when she was on our radio show.
Yes.
Like we love how on your latest record, how you stepped into your low register.
Oh my goodness.
What? Did she?
What?
I'm like, and you was giving us that sparingly for why?
Right.
You know?
You want more, you got to say so. Man.
Yes, God. And she said she let Layla listen to it. Because she was like, yo, Layla, and she wanted to get her approval out of respect.
Yeah.
And Layla was like, "Oh, this is great," and she said, "Okay, well then I'm good." Like, if Layla approved, I'm good.
You good because she
Could
put her
you
foot.
want to see them two do that live together?
So many things I want to see live.
I
So
would not. I couldn't breathe. And no, I need
so
air. No.
Eric Roberson
Layla gonna tell you, just breathe.
she killed that mug. When I just saw her in Detroit, Eric and Layla were on the same bill, and I was like, I just know, Ero gonna come from backstage and y'all gonna do dealing, but they didn't.
Oh. Oh. Right.
How you sad? I hope you think about lullabies.
You are stupid in the nicest kind of way.
SPOO.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Man, y'all, I've had y'all for almost 3 hours.
That tells you how good an album is.
It didn't even feel that long. I
It
felt
really didn't. Until he said something, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. On that note, thank you for hanging out with us. It was dope as always. We'll put links to how people can find you in the description. And we just want to thank everybody who tuned in once again to us, to actually, when I go back and look at the analytic, people watch our show and they watch to the end, even the long one. This is a long one.
It's a long one, yeah.
Yeah.
We really thank y'all. We
missed
love
it.
y'all. Turn us on to your people.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
share,
And
subscribe.
so here go y'all flowers, man.
I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Wait a minute. Let me get my stuff.
Look at this guy.
You gotta go get a Kleenex.
Let me get my stuff.
I know, right? I know.
Yep.
Oh,
Let me see. Yeah. Let me put my pen on. My catch that pen.
I know, Lord.
So here's the thing. I think Zoe said this when y'all had him on. He's been interviewed by a lot of people, but he know when he get with y'all that y'all know y'all stuff, and it ain't gonna be some surface crap. And it ain't gonna be, one of the co-hosts don't have no clue about music and what y'all talking about.
Catch all of it.
But y'all celebrate the greatness that is Black music, and I call JR little flux capacitor. That's your new nickname.
Are you serious?
Because I mean, JR is the one that goes, yeah, in 52 when they was in Stack's warehouse doing it or whatever. But that just a ode to you and your parents, and that's why I'm so glad that I got this for your mom, and I wanted her to know how the world is blessed because
got me and my mama a book.
Yeah,
crazy. That thing ready to get here to get it.
Yeah, and I wrote a thank you on the inside of it.
Yes, yeah.
But y'all two together, man. It's perfect. It's Fonte and Nicolay. It's Peaches and Herb.
Ashford and Simpson.
Ashford and Simpson. Yeah, no, not Renee and Angela. Ashford and Simpson.
Yeah, I knew you were okay.
But I mean, y'all compliment each other so well, and y'all talk about the people that, not the machine people, because that's I mean, you need to hear about the comments and the BMIs, and the people y'all have on your show. And this is the other thing that I appreciate more than anything. There are people that really, really love music and know music better than some people who have a platform. And I thank you for allowing people like me to get on here and share my love and my passion for it. It's a great release. And I think y'all have found the secret sauce. And, the best is yet to come. Keep doing what y'all doing. And, I'll rock with you the long way.
Mm.
You
No,
know.
I'm not. I ain't gonna be no prom. Oh!
Vulnerable, no.
And I was mad. I was in Durham, and I was gonna do a drive by to go see my sister Lise, but she was in DC or somewhere.
She
But
was out here.
yeah, but I'm
DC.
it's gonna happen. We gonna link up.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
cause I mean, man, it's so dope that Twitter. I got people that I rock with. I ain't talking about just that I talk to about heavy stuff. I mean, we're friends. Like, and when I'm in a city or they're here, nah, hey, lunch on me. Let's because we made that connection. It's all through music. Music is the language that's universal. So again, man, thank y'all. And one more thing. So because like I may not get to talk to Carmen or Zoe or whomever, but I know if y'all talk to him, I'm talking to him because y'all gonna say something. Yeah, because we think alike. So y'all gonna express some things that I wanted to express with them so they'll know. Because I feel like we gotta encourage those artists so they can keep making that good music, you know. So that's my soapbox.
Well, I have nothing to add. On the next catch that.